Game Geezin.
Welcome to Game Geezing, everybody. If you're new to the show, this is where quote-unquote RPG experienced geriatric gamers come together to reminisce about the past and ponder about future gaming. Hello, my name is Daimlos, and I'm joined by my fellow members of what we affectionately call the Cringe Brella here. Boys, please say hello. Nathan, say hello to the folks here.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here for episode number 2. I can't believe we made it this far. We're already on the second episode of Game Geezin.
Yeah, we're about to get canceled. Steven, you're up next. Please say hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, the legendary Steve, and you know what? I'm eating a piece of cheese right now.
Woo.
Cheese gaming. And last but not least, Steven's brother, Dave.
Hey guys, it's COVID Dave. I'm here.
COVID Dave.
COVID Dave.
He has COVID right
we got
now.
a new character.
Quite the lineup. It ain't easy being cheesy. COVID. This is quite the lineup we got today. I'm excited.
Dangerously cheesy.
I love it. I love it. Well, Steve, it's your turn to bring us into our first beautiful segment.
All right,
Nathan,
here we
play
go.
the bumper.
Let's go. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game news portion of the show. The first thing we really want to just go ahead and get out of the way is the fact, Nathan, why don't you fill us in about the PS5 and Pro situation?
Yeah, so there's been tons of rumors. It's now becoming a little more than a rumor. Basically, we're at the point now we know for sure there is a PS5 Pro coming. And apparently a little teaser announcement that the PS6 is going to be coming after 2027. So that's what we're looking at right now. And I don't like it. And we're good.
Wait, why announce so early on? Like, oh, yes, just, we are making the PS6. It's going to be out after 2027. You know what I mean? It's so far away. It's like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's too soon. We don't even have very many titles that are like this generation specific, right? Like, it's too soon, in my opinion, to go ahead and start saying like, oh yeah, it's time now, baby, for the PS5 Pro, get ready. Like, no, when the PS4 Pro came out, we had a ton of titles that were PlayStation 4 exclusives, etc., that made it feel like, yeah, I would like to play these games with updated res. We're still in the portion of PlayStation 5 of, I'm still excited to play my PlayStation 4 games. On PlayStation 5, so it's just not time. What do you guys think?
I'm going to go and say, well, you go ahead, Daimlos.
I think you're way off on this. First off, the timeline is 2027. We are still 4 years away from that happening. So we have another 4 years to use our PlayStation 5s and really make those titles. It's not like the 5 is going anywhere, right? Like, it's still around.
The PS5 Pro will be out sooner than 2027. That's just the PS6.
Yeah.
Maybe that PS5 Pro is going to give us the options for better storage, which the storage on the PS5 suck.
But you can upgrade. But you can upgrade your storage right now on the PS5 Pro.
A lot of money. It's not
Sure.
cheap.
It's not cheap.
The storage isn't cheap. So hopefully, with the PS5 Pro, they can fix that. And secondly, give me something a little smaller, which I know is what they're working on.
Perennially, Sony puts out a slim version of it, and
that's what. And I know that's supposed to be part of this.
I bet it will be smaller, the Pro.
Yeah, it probably will be. And I will say this: the PS5 is an ugly console. I think that as far as aesthetics go, the Xbox Series X is a beautiful console. It looks really good, right? Like, you're proud to have that one on display. You feel like you got some giant modem sitting around beside your TV at the PS5. I will say that.
That's true. It does look like
too big.
Modem or some sort of router or something.
I feel like they tried to make it look like it was a piece of architecture or something. Like,
they did. I think they tried to make it look like art.
Should be a huge building you're looking at, the way what it looks like.
Yeah,
it belongs on top of the Opera House in Australia.
Yeah, right.
And I want to say this, because chat's talking about this, is a really good point. If they're trying to turn consoles into PCs, cool, I'm down. But here's what you need to do. Make your console with detachable ports. One has the graphics card in it, one is for RAM, one's for, whatever. And then you can detach those parts and replace those to upgrade over time. Now, that's how you do a console, make it feel like. Now, eventually the motherboard will be worthless, right? And then you'll have to do a new iteration. Just like you do with PCs. Eventually, you just might as well build a new PC because your motherboard is beginning to not be able to handle the power or what have you. It needs to be updated. Do the same thing with consoles then. Don't make brand new consoles every single time. Especially, look, I'm cool with it. I enjoyed the PS4 Pro, proud owner, glad I bought one, right? But I had major hundreds upon, if not thousands of games I could play on my PS4 Pro at launch day. It was a good investment. I had my whole library of games. I mean, the PS5 hasn't even, because of, the climate of what's happened during COVID, etc., we don't even have a lot of games that are just for the PS5. So it just feels really dumb to me.
I hear that. I definitely get that because, I don't know, it just seems like I have my PS5, but it's not like I'm all the time there's a game coming out for it that I want. You know what I mean? It's rare.
And we
especially
know
an exclusive. But at the same time, it's like, I do like seeing about the new technologies and everything like that.
Right.
But
I would do it alone. I don't even play PS5 hardly. And I would do it alone almost. I would sell my PS5 right now if the Pro came out and it was smaller. First off, when you're running a set, like, look, my computer tower is huge, right?
Yeah.
It sits on my desk. I've got two 32-inch monitors, and I have to fit that giant PS5 on there. It makes it really crowded. So
yeah,
you give me a really small, something that, and like I said, storage, man. I've got I've got 10 games on my PS5, and I have to keep deleting them.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Downloading new stuff,
and it's only going to get worse.
If you upgrade the storage, it's you still have to install it back onto the.
Oh, and
PS5
I wanted to say this too, with what Nathan said. Xbox kind of did the whole through them type mentality with you want to upgrade storage, you have to buy the Microsoft, the Xbox one for their last console. If you guys don't remember that, and it wasn't cheap.
No,
to buy their hard drive for upgrades to be able to use the game.
Because it's a monopoly, right? And that's why.
But
exactly.
the thing that I'm wondering about the most, though, to sort of side rail this, is I think that Daimless is the one, I could be wrong, that has some information about a Pokemon NFT job listing that recently got listed.
Let's talk about that. What you got, Daimless?
Man. So this little beauty of a pop-up came for me, and I instantly did exactly what this story was trying to make me do and cringe, because they have posted on their website about a new job that it's not the job that is involved with NFTs and all that, but it certainly was a requirement on the job, or at least something they'd like to explore. So very, very nervous about this, that we're going to try to make more money than it already is.
Well, I think
printing money.
I think they're just trying to hire Logan Paul.
No,
that could be it.
Everybody just wants to do the Square Enix method now.
Yeah. Oh, Square Enix. Yeah. So Square Enix also did the NFT related and made their announcement. It was really bad, really awful.
Dude, I laughed. That hair coming out of the hat. Thing.
Yeah, like this was not made by a human. Was it? This was made by AI very terribly without even being supervised. Now, but that's a little off topic, but that does go into NFTs. Now, here's what I think about Pokemon. I actually think they want somebody who is, because think about it like this. Each Pokemon, when you're playing in a tournament, etc., is kind of like an NFT. It's a very individual of that specific Pokemon you're entering into the tournament. I think they're hiring an expert because of those similarities, so they can prevent people from cheating, bringing in, Pokemon that were hacked, etc. Because it's kind of the same thing. Now, I think that's why they're looking for an NFT expert.
Maybe they're trying to make it to where, like, you actually legitimately own your Pokemon.
I mean, I look at it like
this.
It's
an NFT technically, but
they're NFTs technically. I mean, if you want to get technical, games even like Ultima Online, you could say your items
Sure.
in the game are NFTs because they, they're
I mean, technically, yeah.
exactly. So it's like,
MMOs just go. They try
well,
really
it's not
hard.
just MMOs. I mean, like even like some of these sports games where you pay the gotcha style, right, for the cards to try to get the I've got Adrian Peterson now or whatever, right? But it's
Right.
like so many games are kind of in that realm, or companies have dived into that money making
fan.
ability, right? So it's but it's hard to imagine someone like Nintendo or any of them in the end might not take a shot at it.
Oh, I get that, but dude, that don't mean we gotta like it.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
It'll make me mad. I mean,
It sucks, dude.
I'm not arguing for it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be.
No,
surprised.
I hear what you're right though about that. I mean, I think you're right about that. But I definitely they'll all try it at some point. I bet.
Yeah, I just
think
hope
the worst thing
Nintendo,
about that
because
is-
it's so many kids that play it. I hope you would assume it's going to be real major backlash real quick.
Oh yeah,
from that community
already, yeah.
So,
What were you gonna say, Diamonds?
I was just gonna say I think the worst thing about that stuff is that people just get to make up their own hype. It's like big companies pushing like Valentine's Day or any stupid holiday like that, where they just get to make up, oh, I've got the first one of the 300 that were made, so mine's worth more.
Exactly.
Or it's the number of the athlete, like with Adrian Peterson, whatever his jersey number was, that one's worth more than any of the other ones. It's so stupid.
well, and then
agreed.
your real fear with it comes in with limited stuff with NFTs, where people with money can come and buy as many as they want and dominate the market and control the value of it.
Now,
Yeah.
the only thing I can say that makes me feel fairly safe about this whole thing with the Pokemon and this job listing and NFTs is that throughout history, Nintendo is way behind the times on technology, right? So
NFTs might be dead by the time they figure
by
this
the
out.
time Nintendo would think about
They
doing
aren't already.
NFTs, they would probably not exist anymore, right? So think about like online gaming; they still haven't figured it out. Like this is like mid '90s technology, and here we are, 25 plus years later, and Nintendo's still trying to figure it out, right? So we're probably safe just on how long it would take them to figure it out, to be honest.
Yeah. So the Diablo 4 Collector's Edition not coming with a physical copy. What do you guys think about this?
Has that been fixed? I didn't see, because that's a
Not that I've
travesty.
seen.
That's a travesty. How do you
Well, they're starting to do this stuff, man. I'm telling you. They're moving farther and farther away from physical copies. You're going to start seeing this kind of stuff all the time.
I'm for the side of digital. I know I'm one of the few, but
Look, I don't care if people want to buy digital games. I just want to be able to buy physical games.
Yeah,
and I get that too.
Yeah, as long as us old game geezers are alive, we're gonna want our physical copies, right? Now, I will admit I've moved on, okay, but that's out of pure laziness, okay, because I can play a game on launch day, have it preloaded, and exactly the minute it launches, I can play it.
And space
Well, that's
too,
an argument
right?
for it, right?
Yeah,
That's,
Well,
there's
in
no
space.
shipping issues. There's nothing with
No
supply
BS.
chain.
That's right.
Yep.
Now I do take a risk though, because you physical people oftentimes, if you're lucky, will get to play the game early. Like Resident Evil 4, people already playing it, got the copy early. So I'm just saying we're at risk of that happening at every major release as well with the digital side. But to sell a physical copy, that's what you're selling, right? Physical copy of Diablo 4 Collector's Edition. It costs a boatload of money. You get all kinds of cool stuff. It does look cool. The figurines, it looks great. But it's the physical
Cloth map, Nathan.
Cloth
a
map.
Fucking cloth map.
Does it have a cloth map?
Hey,
nice.
hey, and
Pretty
guess
nice.
what? Guess what? All that stuff that comes with it is going to be worth money, most likely.
No, it will be.
Really?
It'll be worth more
Really?
than what you paid for it.
It'll be worth. And that's
Every
the
collector's edition is.
Yeah,
Every
that's
single
the point
one.
that's the point of the collector's edition. Isn't necessarily the game. It's for when I order the Final Fantasy 14 collector's edition that costs a bundle of money, right? It's not for the video game itself. It's for the stuff I get with it.
Yeah, but
Please
the
tell
thing
me
about it
what
like
kind of
this,
asshole
you
is
still
gonna
gotta get the
buy
game,
your
and
Diablo
also-
mouse pad.
I'd be willing to argue that most people who are buying the collector's edition that are collectors probably would most
not
likely
even gonna
want
open
also
it.
a physical copy of the game.
Well, yeah. Well, the reality is they're not going to open the box most likely.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But they have
Maybe.
to feel their cloth map.
Some.
You gotta touch it. Yeah, I have to touch it. I'm
Well,
gonna
if
buy
it's
it. I'm
for
touching it.
if it's for strictly collecting.
When I was a
No.
kid, it was you don't touch it or you buy it, and if you buy it, you touch it. Okay, so if I buy something, I'm
Toys were
opening it.
meant to be taken out of the box.
Dude, I don't even make it out of the parking lot, and that don't even make sense. I'll buy a new game if I buy it at
It's
a
out of the
store.
box up here.
It's already out of the box. I'm already looking at the disc. I'm like looking to see if it has an instruction manual. I'm checking out all the things. Yeah, I've got that baby open. I haven't even left the parking lot. That's how I am.
Dude, I'm like that too.
I will
I'll be
say
opening
this,
the game in
guys.
the car, like, sweet. All right, now I'm gonna
if
drive
we
home.
if we talk digital real quick, this is something. This is something that.
Someone turn on Harry Potter.
Yeah, what is going
Nathan, are you
on?
playing Harry Potter?
It's the inspirational music for your speech.
Oh well, I just want to say, I'm too old. I don't know what's happening. Here's the thing. My thing with digital though, Steam has kind of ushered in a thing that makes it hard for me to ever want to do anything else, because I can buy a game on Steam, I can play it for up to 2 hours, and if I think the game's crap, I get my money back.
And I totally support you doing that. I just want to be able to buy physical copies because
It's just-
I want to be able to play the game, even though it sounds crazy. I want to be able to hold on to my Switch and the collection of games that I have. And in 20 years from now, if I'm still alive, I want to be able to be like, you know what? I really am in the mood to play Super Mario Odyssey again. And then have the game and be able to play it because it didn't get decommissioned in the store 5 years ago.
I honestly
and
think
lost my
Nintendo,
cartridge for memory or something.
Nintendo is the
Free John
one.
Geezer. Free John.
Nintendo is the one console that I can truly see why people would prefer physical, and that's just because some of their stuff is so hard to get in general. Some of those physical copies. And there's
Dude.
such limited runs as is.
It's crazy. The limited runs thing has made video game collecting really expensive, man.
Yeah, agreed. It's an issue.
But it seems
It's
like,
like, dude, like I can tell you just recently, in the last one I can think of at the top of my head, they did like a fairy tale RPG based on the anime Fairy Tale. It came out like a year ago or something, right? It was sold out instantly. It wasn't even announced like it was, oh, this is a limited run or anything like that. They just released it to stores like normal. But it was a limited amount that they made, and that's all they were making.
Did you
and
buy
they were
it?
gone like immediately, dude. And instantly the game was going for like $150 online. It just came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's garbage.
Like
That's
we even
garbage.
saw it happening with Metroid Prime for a second there. Metroid Prime remastered.
$150
Agreed.
for that thing? No thanks. I'll
Yeah.
wait a week.
Yeah.
Yep,
But-
I agree.
but because of that, I can see why people go digital too.
No, I get that, but here's the thing: if I can't get my hands on it and I really want to play it, I will buy a digital.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to are you just playing it to play the game, or are you a collector? There's a big difference between those two things. Sometimes
Mhm,
you're both,
mhm.
sometimes you're both, but
Yeah.
sometimes you're one or the other. Yeah. PC gamers don't really even think about this because we don't have physical copies anymore. We've long since said goodbye to
It's been a
that.
very long
Whatever.
time.
We have our
since
collection
I've
of cloth
seen-
maps.
Guys, my Switch collection is so big, I can start stacking them up on the ground, and it'll go all the way to the ceiling, and I don't have any more room to keep putting them on there.
Another reason that it's hard for me to go. Look, I got 3 kids. I've got PS5, Xbox. I've got PC, Switches,
Just keep
3
flexing,
Switches.
Dave.
Imagine physical copies for all that.
Amen, brother.
One game share on PlayStation, right? That's why digital sometimes
Just get the
is-
Sega
is
channel. You'll be
better.
fine.
The second channel. But
Well, I do also real quick before we wrap up the news. I did just want to quickly mention. I don't know if anybody ever played a Hyperlight Drifter, right?
Mm,
Mhm.
But the new game's coming out. They finally released a trailer, Hyperlight Breaker, and it is insane of a jump from what the first game was like. It's crazy. You guys seen that? Anybody seen
yeah,
that?
it's like went from like a 2D kind of like Zelda looking to
Yeah.
like a full 3D, but still keeps the art
Oh.
style. It looks good.
Yes, it looks cool. It's going to be in that cool art style and it has like that cool sort of synth soundtrack going on.
Yeah.
And so this new one is like an action RPG that's 3D now. Like I gotta
I
check it
love
out.
the music to all those indie games. They
Mm.
just are so creative.
Yeah, Hyper Light Drifter's worth a check out if you haven't checked it out. It's cool.
Yeah. Very good. Any other news, guys?
Mm-mm. And that's the end of the news, folks.
That's it.
And up next, the weather.
All right, here
It's
we go.
78 degrees and sunny.
Game of the month.
Hey guys, welcome to our portion of on the podcast of Game of the Month, where we kind of did this last week too. All month we'll be doing it. We're really just highlighting games we're excited about.
Yeah.
And are kind of
That
going to
could
go
potentially
over,
end up being our game of the month.
Right.
And kind
At
of
the end of it all.
we will go over that at the end of the month to see which one it was. But I'm going to talk about mine this month or this week will be
Which will actually be next week.
yeah, The Last of Us Part 1 for PC, and that's mainly the game itself is amazing. If you actually have never played it, that's pretty crazy at this point. But the TV show was great, which I think perfect timing here to release this. And for all you PC players that have been waiting to play this, I just think this is a game to be excited about if you've never played it.
For sure.
I can't believe they've not released it on the PC ever.
I know, dude. Listen, I'm happy it's coming to PC. That I'm happy with. Needs to be on PC. Great game. But what I'm not happy about is it's also re-releasing on the PS5. Like, come on. What? You already did like the Last of Us Epic Best Edition, whatever, that came out on the PS4. This is a PS3 game. You know, come on. Let's move along, people. Come on.
Nathan,
They don't do
You
that
have more
anymore.
money to make, Nathan.
Were you this mad about Skyborn on everything?
About what now?
Or whatever it's called. What's it called? I
Skyrim?
forget already.
Skyrim?
Were you this mad about
yes,
Skyrim?
I was. I still make fun of Skyrim.
Dude,
I
This
also
comes out, so
paid
That's
for
why
it.
there's a new version coming out soon.
the
We just don't
PS5
know yet.
Pro, the PS5 Pro went ahead and announced that Skyrim's going to be a launch game.
Yeah, it's called Skyrim 2023. They're just gonna start calling it by the year, like Madden.
Oh my god,
to
that'd
me,
be hilarious.
Last of Us is reaching a new
People would do
audience.
it. People would buy it.
Last of
People
Us
would
is
buy it if
reaching
they
a
started
new
doing
audience.
Don't give them any ideas.
Last of Us,
They're gonna hear this and that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get an announcement for Skyrim 2023.
Can't wait.
here's the thing, Nathan. I think Last of Us is reaching a new audience here with the TV show.
season
Yeah.
of
That's
Mercenaries.
a great point,
Fire.
Dave. It
And
really is.
I think it is a smart move on them, right? Like, so I can't fault them in any. If they want to re-release it on everything again, like it just seems like a.
But here's
now's
the deal.
time to
I
do
do-
it. It's not-
I do agree with you, except for you can already get Last of Us Part 1 for the PS4 on the PS5. Like it's available right now. So what are you
But I want it on
adding?
PC.
A PC's fine. I get that. I'm down.
Money
I'm
making
down.
point of view, it
It's
makes
fine.
sense because with the popularity of the show and stuff, what not a better time to try to cash in on it?
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
people are
from
still going to just keep
Get
buying
why
it.
they did it.
all right. That
Keep
being
putting it
said,
out.
Daimlos, I want to hear what you've got, what you're looking forward to.
Oh, we're moving on to my game. Okay, so my game of the week, I've
There
decided
don't be no
that
cooking champion simulators or nothing like that.
I've decided that I'm going to use my time on this segment to really find the most trolliest of games that I can possibly find and try
I
to
love it.
recommend those.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
boy.
this week
I
I
can't
came
wait.
across. Do you? Just guess, Steve. I want to hear. I
Yeah,
want to hear you guess.
I wanna
what
hear
you think
Steve's
it is.
guess.
I think that your game of the month's gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, is it a game coming out this month?
Yes, it will be a game coming out this month.
Barbie.
I'm trying to think of something awful that's coming out this month, but I haven't researched that for myself, so I don't know. I have no idea.
All right. This is a fucking gem, my friends. A gem. I'm
I'm
telling you.
Googling it as soon as you say it.
I'm worried. I was
So
excited.
on
now
March
I'm worried.
30th, near the end of this month,
Uh-huh.
we are going to get a wonderful game to the PS5, or maybe it's 4, maybe it's just 4. Sorry, called Dredge. And I was like, yes, thank you.
Is this a game where you have to be a fry cook? I swear to God.
No. This game is so much better. It is what they are labeling a fishing RPG. A fishing RPG.
Is it only on PC?
Are you seeing this, dude?
I cannot wait to see what this gameplay is like.
Wait,
It looks like what's that island game? Kind of reminds me of those graphics from on Nintendo.
You're gonna obviously fish. You're gonna meet people in the world, and I guess they've got multiple islands that you meet people on. And
Where do you
fish.
find this stuff from?
Where do I find this at? I just the interwebs. You know, you go on.
From the very bottom depths of the toilet of Steam.
Did you?
I would give this game a chance. And
Of course, it's an RPG.
For a couple of seconds.
It's an RPG.
Dude, that screenshot where you can see that big sea monster underneath the water,
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Well, here's how
could
Daimless
be
gets.
insane.
This is how Daimless gets his games. It turns out he hops on Steam. He goes for new releases are coming soon, and he looks for the least popular.
Exactly.
Now, I will
If
admit,
it's
it
not
does-
a 40 or less.
It looks interesting. I'll admit it. Yeah.
It could be
I'll
interesting.
give
It
it
could be interesting. I also don't want to just pick, absolute trash McVomit game. I don't want to promote that. But this could actually be
Yeah, it could be good.
a
It
good
could be
game.
a decent game.
It could be
We'll see.
good.
All right.
We'll see if it makes it.
All right, well, guys, check out Dredge when it comes out. Let us know what you think. And what about you, Steve? What are you looking for?
Well, last time I was talking about Little Witch No Beta, and I've been sort of trying to get through Atelier Ryza 2.
Mm-hmm.
I want to beat it before the third one comes out. And now that I've been getting back into that game, man, I actually am pretty excited for the third one. I'm actually a fan of that series. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I read somewhere that in the new one, like they tried to make the world to where it was like seamless instead of like loading between zones, which that will be interesting.
That'd be a nice change for that game.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a nice change for that game.
Too much crafting for me, but they do look interesting.
Yeah,
I
you
love
can
crafting.
auto-craft it in them, which is awesome, because that's what made me decide to give it a chance in the first place, because I'm not that into crafting at all. So I just auto-craft this parts in the story, and then I just go on to the main.
You sure you don't want to play Cooking Simulator?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pass on it, man.
He's more into
I do want to mention real quick, I just want to bring this up. I wish that I could make this my game of the month, but it didn't actually come out this month. I just bought it this month, so it's my game of the month, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dude, have you guys ever heard of this game called Tales of Iron?
I have.
Is it part of the Tales series?
No.
No, man,
not-
this game is
I've heard of it.
amazing, it turns out. This is like a side-scroller Metroidvania Souls-like game that takes place in like this medieval... It takes place in this medieval world where you're rats, right? And these Toad clan comes into your castle and like murders your king father in front of you, and it's about you trying to save the land from them and rebuild your kingdom, and it's freaking awesome. It's really good.
Is it all done? I've actually saw that game before. Is it all done in that art style?
Yeah, the whole game has done that art on it. Looks so good when you're playing it. It's really sweet.
It looks intriguing, to say the least.
It's insanely good.
It does look cool. Good art style.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
It reminds me. What was that old book?
Actually,
what was the old book with the frog?
With the rat.
Yeah. I think it might have been a rat, but I remember there was some frog characters and.
I forget.
It's worth mentioning if anybody wants to check out this game. It actually is on sale right now till the 23rd of March for like $8 on Steam, and it is well worth it.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. I just wanted to get the word out in case anybody skipped that game.
Come sponsor us.
Yeah, if you're.
You'll be surprised. It's good.
That's right, Bug Studio. If you're listening and you liked what you heard, hit us up.
We're open.
Bug Studio, make a sequel to this. This game's amazing.
Yeah, and sponsor us. We're on the verge of being fired.
That's right.
Oh, no.
What about you, Nathan? What are you looking forward to?
Well, listen, guys, I hate to be generic, but Resident Evil 4, baby, I am super hyped. It's coming out this coming Friday. I can't wait. Gonna dive right in, start streaming it, playing it. I'm super hyped for some new Resident Evil. Well, new. I say new because they've added a lot to it. Even from just the demo, you can tell that it's way expanded what the original was. Super excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
I don't know why. I think it's because not too long ago I played through the original Resident Evil 4, the VR one.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But because I just recently played it, it's like I'm not in a rush to play the remake. I will eventually, for sure. I know I'll get in the mood to play it. But who knows? Maybe it'll come out and then I'll be like, oh, I'm in the mood now. But
Right.
Well, it's funny
as of right now, I'm just like, whatever. But I do in my real outward projection of horses and game wisdom, I will go ahead and concede that is the true real game of the month of this month. Just all around. You know what I mean?
Again.
Sure.
Let's not have this argument again.
There's just nothing coming out production wise that even is close to it.
I'm not gonna entertain this one. I'm not gonna argue it, but show 23. But anyways,
And the show.
Nathan, what's funny about that is last week I actually brought up about how I've heard that Resident Evil is for the older generation, that kids aren't really that into it. But I got a call today from one of my children, and that's all he was talking about was Resident Evil.
Oh, snap. So the tables may be turning.
Yeah.
Oh, is that real?
Generation.
Yeah, he's really excited to play it. He's all of a sudden getting into the Resident Evils.
Beautiful. I like that. That's good news, actually.
Yeah. So that'll be. I'll be curious to see what he thinks about it.
Are you talking about your son in the South?
Yes, my southern son.
Okay, cool, interesting. Didn't see that coming.
And he's the one that I told you is kind of like plays survival horror, so like was kind of like bashing
like the modern survival.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Steve,
anyway,
or Dave has children from all geographical locations of the map.
the son of the South.
Yeah, my son of the South. My
son of the South.
My Western children, they're all over the place here. And
wait,
Johnny Appleseed.
Is that your daughter of the East that you were talking about earlier, though?
Daughter of the East.
Wicked daughter of the West.
And I'm assuming. I think that's it for us.
All right.
On the game of the month, so we're gonna shoot it over to Steve.
All right, let's go.
Some old resident geezer.
Let's do it. Make your ass right now. Gaming debate. Gonna fight and argue right now.
Oh, got mixed up.
Hey, this is Steve.
Actually, I'm sorry, Steve. This was my section. I don't know why I told you to go. You're next.
I got confused.
Sorry. So this is our gaming debate section, guys, where we always, one of us brings up a topic per episode, and then we debate about it.
Dude, we're even debating about what segment we're on and everything. It's going to be crazy.
I think the producer messed up on what he sent us here.
Yeah,
I think it's the producer's fault.
Listen, producer's pretty mad, so I'm gonna try to stay off of his butt tonight.
I don't feel like hearing from him.
We got an earful last episode, but so here's what I want to debate today, guys. All right, you ready? I think survival games are lame. I don't like them. I don't think they're that great. I don't see why people are obsessed with them. You run around, you punch trees for wood. You get the wood and rock. You run around picking up rocks off the ground. You make a hammer. You use the hammer to go around and punch more trees. It's dumb. I think it's dumb. I think MMOs, I feel like it's like an MMO, but it sucks.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Dude, I agree, dude. There's even some, I remember I was watching one of my nephews play it, and they were just standing around literally taking dumps.
Yeah, you can do that.
In these games?
Yeah, and Ark, you can collect people's poop. It will say whose poop it was, and there's people that run around and collect the poop. It's just
the poop
so
collectors.
Stupid. It's the dumbest genre.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about people who don't like survival games.
Okay.
It's usually people that suck at them.
Oh.
Whoa, get good, Nathan.
Here's the thing about survival game is they are hard. It is not easy.
No.
The collection, being able to keep yourself alive by eating, drinking, staying warm.
I have to already do
David,
that in real life.
We don't want to do that in a video game. We do that in real life. And how's that hard to eat and drink? But go pick some berries.
Because sometimes those berries will make you sick, and then once you get sick, you get dehydrated, you get more hungry. It's not easy.
But I don't want to do that in a game. I don't
But
want to,
to
like,
be
dude, even Red Dead
you can-
Redemption
you
2
can-
was too much of that for me.
Yeah, but you can build towns. You could build a giant empire. You can
Out of your
build
rock hammer.
out of anything. You can end up having so much from nothing, and to be able
Yeah.
to start so little
You
and
gotta
to grow an
survive.
empire in a survival game, it's just really cool.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
know
but-
what? You know what makes
Yeah.
survival games even cooler? Dedicated servers that actually take you back. That you don't be like, okay, what server did I make my character? I just spent 6 hours in last night. Oh yeah, I favored it. It's called 1274204. Like, dude, that's so lame. Like, just get dedicated servers. Make it professional. Quit making it so
It sounds like a
cheesy.
mobile game.
Dude,
I do. If I've got any complaint with survival games, it is the servers where you
Yes.
have to people will pay for them, or you can do the ones through the company. But even still, it is kind of cool to be able to buy your own server and make your own rules.
but that's what they want you to think. That's what they
You know
want
what
you
I
to
mean?
think. So let me tell you guys something. The government, they want you to buy
God.
servers on Arc. They want you to spend your hard-earned cash and turn your PC into a server so they can make more money. Money, money, money. That's what they want, dude. That's what it's all about. It's a scam.
So you think so realistically, your beef isn't with survival games. It's with the government using survival game developers.
Yes. Agree.
Okay, you
This-
know what? I can end this argument right there and be all right with that.
All right. well,
We won! We won!
We won! We won one for the gaming debate! All right. Well, guys, I guess that's the end of the gaming debate because we won. Moving on.
Resident Geezer. Resident Geezer.
Don't open that door! If you want to get down with us and talk about Resident Evil, then do open the door and come on in. All right, so Resident Evil is a big game franchise. Everybody knows this is a huge series. It's been around for a while now. I kind of just wanted to take a moment to talk about Resident Evil. We don't have to, in celebration of Resident Evil 4 coming out, the remake. I wanted to just take a moment to talk about Resident Evil as a whole. Doesn't have to necessarily be about Resident Evil 4. It can be. And for me, the first time I played Resident Evil, it was on the PlayStation 1. Obviously, it was Resident Evil 1.
Okay.
The first time I played it was because Nathan got me to play it. Believe it or not, I had not played it yet because I didn't really know about it, and you know, it's kind of like one of the OG survival horror experiences. It was my first one, that's for sure.
I didn't remember that. I'm the one that showed you Resident. I don't remember.
You
that.
got me to play it, and
Wow.
because we were making fun of the hilarious voice acting in the first one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
made me I gotta play this game, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So-
now I remember. Yeah.
And the
Whoa,
thing that's
whoa, Steve,
what happened.
you were almost a Jill sandwich.
But I played the game, right, and you know, aside from laughing at how hilarious almost every line in the game is delivered, at the same time, for the time, it was still kind of creepy in a way because
Yeah.
there was all those little jump scares that would happen that you didn't expect, like when you go down that one hallway, and then later in the game you come back down the hallway and a dog jumps out after you. Just
That
didn't
was
see it coming,
scary.
so it scared the
That was
crap out of
scary.
you.
Yeah, it was scary and cheesy at the same time. It almost
Yeah,
doesn't
it
get
was
better.
cool.
It almost doesn't get better. That's my
I
favorite
love
one.
Evil
that
Dead, the
game.
video game.
It's a
Yeah.
classic, man. I loved the remake of it for the GameCube originally, which now we've seen remastered and released like 200 times. But that was even really cool. Even
was.
though
And they changed it a
wasn't
little
as
bit.
cheesy. It wasn't as cheesy.
It wasn't as cheesy. It was still a little bit today, but at
Yeah.
the time, I feel like it was pretty high quality. But here's the thing about Resident Evil that makes it so special to me. The first Resident Evil blended those old feelings of like an adventure game that you might have on PC, right? Where you find the key and what does this key go to? Or, oh, what do I do with this chemical that I just found? You know, and you got to find where to put this, what to mix it with. And then you like figure it out. It's a very puzzle based in an organic kind of way. And it's a mansion. It's a creepy old mansion. That setting is just timeless. And I forgot that I showed it to Steve, but I will say that my Resident Evil story is my first time playing it as well, which was at a friend's house in middle school when it first came out. And here's the deal: I didn't have a PlayStation, right, at this time. I had a Sega Saturn, but I didn't have a PlayStation. It was coming to Sega Saturn, right? But he had a PlayStation, and I knew it was coming. It was like a month or two away. It was going to release on Sega Saturn. I was finally going to get to play this game that everybody was talking about. But I went to his house because he's like, dude, just come over. I'm going to let you play it. We're gonna have some fun. So I went over there, and dude, we turned off the lights. He had a gaming situation down like his basement of his parents' house. We turned off the lights. Dude, we were freaking out, taking turns playing this amazing game and trying to figure out the puzzles, trying to like sneak around zombies because it gave you limited resources. You didn't have many bullets, so you had to make every bullet count. Oh, it was amazing. And then I finally got my own copy. And I'll tell you what, here's the last part of my story. When I finally got my copy of Resident Evil finally, I pretended like I was sick to skip school so I could play it all day. And I got actually sick, and I actually felt like crap and couldn't even play it all day. Like, but yeah, love it.
In
love
true
it.
napalm fashion.
Yes.
What?
and then
What? Dude, I said to shut the fuck up.
Oh, no.
Oh
Hold
my
the phone when I am doing this. It's not
Sheila,
hard.
it's his assistant.
His secretary's awful.
Do you understand that?
He's the
No,
worst.
the
man.
microphone is on. Like,
I
why
mean,
would?
Thank you.
Dude, she's so awful. He can't help it. He's just
Okay, sorry
Yeah.
guys.
You
I'm
can't
sorry
blame
about
him. I
Yeah.
can't believe that she's still employed.
She leaves notes for him written on cheese. What's up with that? like
Dude,
on little slices of
there's-
cheese instead of
Why
sticky
you
notes.
guys?
She has to use a Sharpie, it's the
during
only thing that
this,
will write on the
during this,
cheese.
she has laid down 6 little slices of cheese in front of me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, was it like a post-it note or sort of situation?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's got
she-
little Sharpie. She uses Sharpie on the
Yeah,
cheese.
she
Is
uses
it edible
them.
Sharpie?
Well,
Yeah, 'cause the
sometimes she'll
cheese
take
sticks
bites
almost
of
just
the
as good.
cheese.
No, it's
She'll
poisonous.
take
I think.
bites of the cheese and put it down, and half the note will be gone.
She just slaps like cheese slices on his desk, like with a note on it. Like,
Jeez.
Dave, I
Dang.
don't care if she's trying to kill you. You can't talk to people like that. That's just not acceptable.
No.
I don't
It's
know.
not
The-
okay.
The more you're
It's-
around her, the more you understand. in
You
my
would
opinion.
understand if you dealt with her for 5 minutes, you would get it. You would
Yeah.
do the same thing.
Sheila's rough.
I promise.
She
It's
is.
true. But anyway.
It's true.
But anyway.
Sorry about that.
Resident
Sorry about
Evil.
that.
For some things I just wanted to personally mention about Resident Evil are that I think that Code Veronica and Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are strong entries in Resident Evil and should definitely be taken seriously. Just want to throw that out there for anybody who maybe hasn't played them. They're cool. They're all 3 of them are awesome.
Yeah. Great.
And I'm going to say this for anybody that's played them all like myself, and maybe I might ruffle feathers here. I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of people that play Resident Evil other than you guys, but Resident Evil 7 might be my favorite of all time.
It's good.
I understand.
It is good.
I understand that.
No, I do not. I can understand it. It's great. Resident Evil 7 was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's cool. It's scary to me, dude.
It is scary. And they did some of the stuff, right? It's kind of got some of this. It's got the creepy. It's more of like a Cajun, Louisiana style old shack
Oh, it's
kind
so
of feeling.
fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such
Dude,
a
it's
fun
creepy
story.
to me.
It's a fun
Dude,
story.
in VR, dude, that game is too intense for me. I'm just saying, it is. Oh my gosh, it's scary. I can't handle it.
Yeah. Sharpie cheddar, though. I gotta. That's a pretty good joke. I gotta say that. Sharpie cheddar. Anyway.
Sharpie cheddar. Did you guys know? It's crazy to me that Devil May Cry was originally gonna be Resident Evil 4.
How
guys know
bizarre.
that?
I'm so glad it wasn't,
know
dude.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
so
yeah,
glad
that
they
would've
changed
been
their
rough,
mind.
man.
Oh,
So weird.
and
Oh.
did you
Be a
guys know
very
this?
different direction to take that.
Did you guys know that Resident Evil Code Veronica was Resident Evil 3? But Sony paid them to make Resident Evil Nemesis, which was going to be the offshoot. Resident Evil
I
Code
remember
Veronica.
this.
Yeah, Code Veronica was going to be the actual part 3, and Nemesis was going to be the offshoot. And Sony paid them to make it Resident Evil 3 instead, so that they could.
I love Nemesis, though.
It's
I'm
so
glad,
weird
so.
because like Code Veronica feels like it is more like it's the next chapter of
Yes.
Resident Evil than Resident Evil 3 does. Resident Evil 3 feels like a spin-off of Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that. And that's exactly what they intended it to be.
Yeah.
But Sony paid them to just slap that 3 on there so it could be the official one, and that way Dreamcast would get the spinoff, not them. Interesting.
Well, Resident Evil. You guys got anything to say about Resident Evil? Got any good stories or experiences, Dimos or Dave?
I've got one I have to talk about, and it's Steve.
Uh,
I watched Steve attempt to play Resident Evil 7 on VR. This man spent an hour, and this is no joke, an hour playing this game in VR. He had to take off the headset multiple times. It was one of the funniest experiences I've ever seen, because he made it about 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
In
Dude,
an
it takes
hour.
me forever to walk around to the back of the house in VR.
He would sit there and just like stand there, like afraid to move, because like he's legitimately was scared.
Oh, it is scary. I played the sound effect, but it is scary. It scared the crap out of me
Dude,
too.
when the very first time that I sat down and played it in VR was by myself, right? I'm not talking about that demo when you guys came over.
Right.
Yeah, that was different. When I actually got the legit game myself and I sat down in VR to play it, like, I'm not kidding you, dude. It took me not only to take me forever to get to the back of the house where you're supposed to go in the house, right?
Yeah.
I remember I picked up the purse or the wallet or whatever it was where you see the girlfriend's ID, right?
Yeah.
Out by that tree or whatever.
That's
I
scary.
picked it up and I remember I looked at it and I remember nobody was in my house. I was by myself. I remember out loud being like, why am I doing this? I would not go into this house in real life. I would not go into this house.
Agreed,
So I went into the house. I go into the house, right? And as soon as you go into the house, like, it gets so dark because the lighting changes, right? And your eyes have to readjust to it being dark so you can see, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, it's pitch black and you're like, oh my gosh. And then somebody closes the door on you, you get stuck in there. You can't go back out the door. So you're like, oh crap. So then you're forced to, like, walk through this hallway and, like, into this kitchen or whatever. And dude, the whole time it is creepy. Every time I turn a corner, I'm like, oh my God, there's something over there. There's flies flying around in your face that almost tricks your brain that there really is a fly and you'll be waving your hand in front of your face sometimes.
And
like,
the graphic engine was really top notch.
It's crazy. You can, like, look down. You can do stuff that I don't even know if they were thinking about. People would do stuff like this. You could, like, open the fridge and stick your head inside of it. Something you can't do when you're not playing in VR. You can just stand there in front of it. But you can, like, bend down and stick your head all the way in there and see these little tiny little maggots crawling everywhere and everything, to where I'm not even sure if you could see them in the normal game without doing
Oh, no,
that.
really high resolution television you could, but it wasn't as visceral. Playing it in VR, if you've not played Resident Evil 7... then if you have the means to play it in VR, it is an experience that transcends any other video game experience I've ever had. We
got to talk about VR PTSD.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, so it's going to be difficult for me to play Resident Evil 4, and I used to love horror games, all of the horror for Daimless. I used to love that genre, and now I get anxiety so bad because my memory went ahead and saved what happened in Resident Evil 7 as a real event. Even though I know that's not true. Me too. My brain saved it like that.
It's like your subconscious remembers that experience and as a negative, like, fight or flight type situation happening. So it, like, gives you, like, a weird PTSD to when you start playing horror games, when stuff starts to get a little bit creepy, you start almost having, like, a little bit of a mini panic attack.
Yeah, you want to leave.
You're like, forget this. No, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, your brain tries to trick you. Like you have, even though you know it wasn't real, some subconscious part of your brain, it affected.
Yeah.
To where now it reacts. It's like, dude, it sucks, kind of.
It is crazy, but it is true. Yeah. And I'm telling you to do it anyway because it's that good. It's that good.
It really is cool. It really is cool. And if you want to play a Resident Evil game in VR that's not really that scary because of how it looks when you're playing it, play the Resident Evil 4 VR, dude. It's actually just super fun.
Yeah, it's really well done. The way where you actually reload, you reach back and grab, you reach to your side for your pistol, you reach back to grab your shotgun, you cock it, like, oh, it feels great. It feels great. Yeah.
Feels great cocking it.
It's cool.
Feels great cocking it, Nathan.
Yeah, I love cocking it. Yep.
Before we move on, does anybody else have anything they want to say about Resident Evil? A classic, maybe one of the fathers of horror games, you know?
As the last person to talk on this, there is a reason I'm last. Unfortunately, I am one of the very few gamers out there that has never played a Resident Evil game. Now, I can certainly... Yeah, right. I can certainly... Now, I respect the game. You don't get to Resident Evil 7 or whatever the fuck they're at now. I don't care. But I just am not... a person that likes horror games or movies. I don't go to horror flicks because they don't scare me. Now, of course, if something jumps at me, you know, everyone has that sort of reaction to something like that. But like, I would go to a movie and waste $15 on something that I'm not scared about. I know it's not real. It doesn't have that same effect to me. So I just stay away from altogether. It's not that I hate them, or because I used to watch, and I think it was because I was desensitized as a kid. That was something my mother and I did all the time. We'd go, I'd be a 12-year-old boy in the horror section with my mother, picking out horror movies to watch that are far beyond what I should actually be watching. But that's just what we did together. So it's
Wait, back up a little bit. Let's hear a little bit about. Let's talk a little bit about your mother real quick. She's a very special woman. I don't know her. You're gonna have to talk about her.
Yeah, I never met her.
She was a very special woman. I miss her dearly. She's been gone for 13 years, but
cut the music. Cut the music. Cut the music. My bad. My
bad.
My bad. But cut the music. My bad. Anyway, sorry, Don.
Dude, did you not get the cheese?
The music is getting me.
Cut the music. My bad. Sorry about that.
No, you don't even have to apologize. It's a long time ago. I'll be honest with you. Here's a little geezer moment for you that is not about gaming. Like, you'll get to the point where it's almost a lifetime ago. It was 13 years ago. My memories of my mother are completely different than the person I am now. Like, it's so different to think back, you know, over a decade ago, to think about memories of people who are gone, and
over a lifetime.
It's very
ago,
strange.
It feels like.
Exactly.
It is though. Yeah.
It is like that.
Sorry to bring that way down.
Well, that's okay. That's real.
Let's just keep it all on Nathan. We'll tell the producer it was him.
Yeah, I'll take the blame for that one. I keyed up the music. My bad. And here's the bad part. You told me that before, and I forgot. I actually forgot. So my bad, guys. But anyway,
I'm happy to talk about her anytime.
Ooh.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on unless anybody has anything else Resident Evil. But that was still a good conversation piece, because, you know, the more geezer-ish we get, the more we have to deal with stuff like that, to be honest.
Absolutely.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah. All right. Well, we moving on after I done screwed that up.
Skeleton time.
Oh. Rewind.
It's you. Oh God,
we're live. We're doing it live.
Oh God, here we go.
So,
this is
retro rewind. Last time I picked Illusion of Gaia. This is a really cool game. It's like an action RPG where, like, you get like little superpowers where you can like turn into other forms throughout the game as you go. As you progress, you get a couple more. It's really cool because the locations in the game are actually all like real historical places, like Angkor Wat or the Great Pyramids. You know, it's did any of you guys actually have played this game or checked it out?
Of course I have.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about it, Dave?
Dude, Illusion of Gaia is gonna go down for me in I don't know. I'd put it up there with maybe above Secret of Mana.
You think so? Above
Secret
of Mana
for Super Nintendo?
Dude, maybe me too. See, for me, the reason I always loved Secret of Mana when we were kids is it was awesome, obviously, and the multiplayer aspect, we could play it together. But Illusion of Gaia really is an awesome game. It even has an awesome storyline, which you wouldn't have expect for like a game that's like, let's make it to where all the dungeons are these ancient history places, you know?
Like it's not 4 and 6, right? It's not like not on that level.
Right.
It is close to them. To me, in storyline and gameplay.
It really is.
Yeah, I think
agree with that.
I love the game. I think it's totally worth experiencing. But I will say that the only thing holding it back from being like one of the best on the Super Nintendo RPG list is the combat system. You know, it was odd. It didn't have all the pieces that you really want, like the weird way they did experience points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the jewels or whatever it was.
Yeah. To look back on that stuff now, I definitely hear that. When I was a kid and I played it, I was just like, whatever.
It didn't bother me. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a good game,
mean,
and they were doing something different, but I would prefer it to be more traditional. That's
I do love the pixel art in the game too.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
freaking awesome looking.
it's a man. I think today
These are the
if
part where you go to
still
like the
go play
Mayan
it,
gold ship or the
it
Incan
still
gold ship.
it still looks good to me.
It does
I
look
think
good.
the
It does
game
look
still
good.
looks good.
It's a good looking 2D game. It's definitely a cool game. It's actually part of a bigger series where each of the games are kind of like standalone stories, so you don't really have to play them in any other order or anything. But the first one's called Soul Blazer, and then it was Illusion of Gaia, and then there's Terra Enigma, which all three of those games are actually really fun. I think that Illusion of Gaia is the best, and then Terra Enigma, and then Soul Blazer, in my personal opinion. If I was
Terra
gonna
Enigma didn't even
rate
make it
them.
here.
Yeah, I know you have to like play a translation of it, but it actually is really cool. It's good.
Yeah, and Illusion of Gaia also, something very interesting for anybody that has played it, and I don't know if you know this or not, but it was censored, the American version. So there's a town that you go to with the native tribe at one point, and in the original version, they were cannibals. There was there was like skeletons laying around. That was the remnants of their own tribes.
See, I didn't know that.
Who they had to eat to survive, and they changed that
Dude,
part. 'cause
this
they thought it was
game-
too dark.
As someone who has never played it before, I didn't play it when I was a kid. I do remember the box. I remember seeing
Yep.
this box when I
That's
used
a
to work at
sweet-looking
Hollywood
box.
Video.
It was good.
And it was definitely a game that I did not pick up myself, but certainly I should have. It turns out this game, I didn't play a huge amount of it, but I did watch some coverage on it, and
Yeah.
all the main Super Nintendo people out there really ranked this one pretty high. It was 13th of the top Super Nintendo RPGs on one thing I read or watched. So people like it. The weird thing about it is it just you're right, Steve. It has those places that are there in real life, and I'm not sure if I'm playing a game I want to go on the Great Wall of China or the pyramids. I don't know if I want that in a game, honestly. So that was a little weird.
It is
It was
weird.
also, if you remember the whole storyline, and I'm sure you don't as a child, the whole thing is based on slavery. Like you are rescuing slaves the
How
whole
cool
time.
is that?
I is it?
Rescuing them? Yeah, that's cool.
Sure, the rescuing part of it, but like that all of these cities are built on slave labor. Every city in this game was built on slave labor, and
That's
it's-
that's the dark side of history.
it was a little
unfortunately.
dark. It was a little dark.
It was a game that gave you a little taste of history.
But if you want to go check it out, the best way I can describe it from the footage I saw and what little gameplay I got to play myself, it's like a really beautiful version. If a copy of Lufia 2 and Earthbound had a child, because there is actually quite a bit of humor in it too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, there is.
and very different things. The story is just kind of all over the map. So if you like humor,
I love that
you like
part.
dark stuff, this is a good game.
There's a part where you get stranded at sea and you almost die from a vitamin C deficiency. It's great. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That's how I learned that could happen to you, is because of this
I
game.
still talk about that. Yeah, I still talk about that.
Because like you keep eating, you keep catching fish and eating them, and you're just floating around, and then eventually you pass out, and somebody finally finds you, and it turns out you had a vitamin C deficiency.
And hey, you got a shirt with the game. Come on.
Yeah, dude, it came with a shirt back then.
And a
Come on.
strategy guide,
Oh,
like a
yeah, it
100-page
did.
strategy
It
guide.
did. And did
Plus,
you guys?
dude, it was sweet when you get to transform into the Frieden guy, the guy with like the knight with
Bald
the long
man.
blonde hair and stuff.
Oh,
That guy
yeah.
was awesome.
That's right. It's blonde.
Remember, he had
But
the main character
most of the
had
game
that
you
flute.
play,
could spin that
little
around.
bitch Will is what they call
Will,
him.
that's his name. Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will,
he
yep.
played a little flute and whipped that around, and it was like psychic kinetic energies that he was able to move stuff, but then none of his powers were based on that. It's just so weird. The game is so weird.
It is
I-
weird, but it's awesome.
I'd never thought of the Earthbound collection, but
I loved
connection, but that does make a lot of sense, actually.
That's probably my favorite RPG of all time.
It's a
So
great
for me
one.
to
Tasty-
compare it
it's
to
a
that
tasty
is
meatball.
high praise.
We're gonna have to.
Which
get
one?
on that
Which one did you
on
say?
This show.
Earthbound.
Oh, Earthbound is just such a classic.
Yeah.
That's
I actually
probably
didn't
my
play
all-time
it
favorite game.
when I was a kid. I just didn't get to get it. It was one of those things where I kind of wanted to get it because it was another RPG, but I just never got around to it.
We never did.
No, we never had that one
we're
growing
playing
up.
Before we do it on
Later
here, if we do decide to do it for whatever down the road, the Angry Video Game Nerd does a really good like half-hour segment about it, and he used to shit on shitty games, right? But
Oh, yeah.
this is a good game, and he wanted to review it, and he gave it a glowing review. So that's, if you want to go learn about Earthbound, that's the best place to do that.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
He played the shitty games that sucked ass.
Oh, I love that guy. He's still cranking out shit here 16 years later.
I know.
He made an entire fortune and empire built on playing shitty games that suck ass.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a legendary hero in the gaming community, I guess.
Love that guy. I don't care what he does with his channel, if it's good or if it's bad. He can do no wrong in my eyes. So
He's a legend.
do whatever you want with your channel, James. You're good.
It's a funny character. I definitely think so.
For sure.
All right.
Maybe
well, guys, did we finish talking about Resident Evil?
Yeah, we did.
We're past that.
We're moving on to Skeletons in the
Is
Closet.
that what we're doing?
It was retro rewind. That's what we were doing.
Oh yeah, retro.
That's it.
Sorry, I didn't take my medication today.
All right, here we go, folks.
All your gaming secrets will be revealed tonight on Skeletons in Your Closet.
All right, we're on this. Here we are, Skeleton in the Closet, where Dave takes 4 weeks to tell a story that he really wanted to tell everybody, but is not telling the story right away. So be on the lookout 2 episodes later for Dave's
I wish.
excellent story and the reason we made this segment.
Maybe they'll jump me
anyway.
up next week.
Well, I'm up, and we're going to talk a little bit about gaming safety. And so my story has to take us all the way back to a simpler time. The year was 2002. And this was pretty much after high school. I was in college, meeting some college people. And of course, why not share games with friends? And so I, back then, really, really liked Super Smash Brothers. And that was the game that we all played with my friends. And so I was still pretty young, like I said, still in college. So I'm still living with my mom, and I have my friends over, and she actually is having some of her friends over. And so she's in the basement and I'm upstairs in my room. And so we fire up the Nintendo 64, and we get about halfway through a game. And if you remember, this was back when cords were still a part of the console experience.
Level.
And so, yeah, right. And so my buddy is behind me, just behind my shoulder, and I'm into the game, super intense. I'm trying to win, and this motherfucker, he rips the controller out, and the Nintendo 64 falls to the ground, and of course it's a hardwood floor, and so breaks my system. And I am fucking livid with this motherfucker. He literally
breaks
just
it breaks
broke my machine. He
Oh,
broke my Nintendo 64.
Wait a minute. How broken? Like, how you looked at it and you knew it was broke, or how broken? Like, you
yeah,
gotta describe
absolutely.
this. Describe what you saw.
How many
Plastic pieces flew everywhere.
Oh.
It was not pretty.
I'll be so mad.
I absolutely had to buy a new one. It was, it was what it is. So I turn around to this motherfucker, about to slap his shit silly.
Hit him in the
And
face. Hit him in the
This
face.
motherfucker is having a seizure. He's having a seizure right behind me. And I talk about all time.
Oh
You
my
go
gosh.
from absolute rage, just ready to punch someone in the face, to absolute panic. So there's 3 of us in my room.
Oh my
My
gosh.
friend is having a seizure, and my friend next to me is as calm as a cucumber. And here I am on the brink of tears. Here, my best friend, who just broke my Nintendo 64, is having a seizure on my floor. And not only, here's the scariest part. This guy, not only was he just sitting in an office chair, he fell down and landed head first right on my hardwood carpet, just like dump. Just a somersault dump, landed right on his head, had a huge gash on his head, and was bleeding all over my floor.
Now,
It was
listen,
a fucking crazy story.
I
So
do gotta ask though,
Please.
real quick. I do gotta ask. You said something there. I'm a little confused about. You said right on your hardwood carpet. Could you elaborate?
Oh, sorry.
On
There was a rug.
Oh,
I have a hardwood floor with a rug right on top of it. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
my fault.
all right.
My fault.
Sorry.
Dude, I want to know more about this carpet.
Yeah. So it's a rug that he actually, you could hear him. He smacked the floor and then drug on the rug. His head.
Question.
Oh.
Please.
We got another question.
Was his head smashing on the hardwood carpet? Was it as loud as the 64 smashing?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
So
actually,
equal.
it was quite a bit harder in my.
Wow, all right. So that's a hard
he
smash.
just went straight down. Like if you were to fall out of your chair and all the momentum, because you're obviously not conscious, so
Right.
your body is just
Deadly.
taking it all down, and you land
said-
right on your forehead.
Before
You said it was the Nintendo 64, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Did you make
ripped
him,
it
did you
out
make
of
him
the-
replace it?
No, of course not.
What if he
I
didn't
don't
survive,
think so.
Steve? He may not have made it.
Now,
Dude, I'm like, look,
Yeah.
dude, you survived. You decided to have a seizure and break my Nintendo 64. I'm glad you survived. You owe me a new one.
I'd be pissed. I would
I'm
make him
poor.
give me a new one. I don't care if he had a seizure or not, but I don't know if he survived the story yet.
yeah.
Oh,
and-
yeah. Did
so-
your friend survive?
Oh, yeah. Let's. Get to that
He
part.
he did end up surviving. He did end up surviving,
Okay.
and you hear all the horror stories of video games causing seizures. But he had been playing video games for years since he was a child, and so
It was caused by the games.
it was not. It was not
Oh,
caused by the
okay,
games.
okay.
He actually has never had a seizure since. It
Wait
was
a
like
minute. Okay.
A
All
one and
right.
done sort of
I
situation.
hate to be the guy.
What's
Wait a
his
minute.
favorite?
I hate to be the skeptic. All right, but let me just back up. You're a kid. You know that the Nintendo 64 is a big deal. You're at the person's house.
Uh-huh.
You accidentally break it. You have a seizure for the one and only time in your whole life. Right there. I'm just look. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. But I'm just saying it's quite a coincidence that he had the seizure one and only time. Right after he did something that would have made you highly upset.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Have you ever
Something's
considered that?
fishy about this
I
story.
have never considered that, Nathan. But
Dude,
now
faked it.
the whole story has been turned on his head, and now I'm going to call him. Fuck this guy. I get a 64 back.
You know the guy, so you know him. Could we
I
get
have
this
him.
guy on the
is a real
show?
story.
Could we
This
get
is
this
a
guy on the
real
show?
life story that happened to me.
Do you think we could talk him into coming on the show?
No.
Oh, because that would be.
He doesn't want to get caught in this lie.
Maybe
Come
like
on,
an
he's been running
exposed-
this.
Could you
All right,
call
all
him
right.
right now live on the show, and we could just get to the bottom of this?
I could call him right now, but we haven't spoken for
that's
a long
even,
time.
It's even better.
Did you guys happen to stop talking after the seizure?
Not after the seizure. After
How
the
long
seizure,
did
we
he
were
wait
still
to
best
cut
friends for several
communication?
years.
How long did he wait till he cut you off?
He got married and did his own life. And
Oh,
left
What
me
a
in the-
coincidence.
What?
Took him away.
Do
I
you
bet
know?
that's the only reason he got married.
Maybe.
I guarantee it.
What does he do for a living now? Do you know?
He is an accountant.
Okay, he can afford to buy you a new
Yeah.
Nintendo 64 now.
He
I
definitely
understand-
could. He
I
absolutely
understand
could.
back then maybe he couldn't afford it, etc. So anyway, maybe he had a seizure, maybe he didn't. We don't know. We're assuming.
We're gonna go and say he didn't.
I'm not believing this.
I
Yeah,
think we
it's a
figured it out.
little conspicuous.
Yeah, I mean, let's
I'll
be
be
honest.
honest with you. You can't fake a seizure.
Oh, okay.
What I looked back
Watch
and
me.
saw.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Dave. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'll be honest with you. I'm so glad my friend was there because I was like a bawling, openly just crying because my best
Oh.
friend is seizing on the floor, whereas
Wait, your
my
other
friend,
was there too.
yeah, the
and-
third buddy
yeah,
They
see,
there.
were probably in on it
Yeah,
together.
that's why my other friend wasn't freaking out because he was probably like, "Yo, dude, I'm
And
gonna."
he was distracting you from the fact that the guy was faking it, probably.
Wait a minute. I
Now
gotta.
that, it could be. I could get that guy on. He could come on the show.
We should get him on, dude. Can we get him on the show? Let's get him on.
Using this.
He's
I
the
think
other
we could.
witness.
I
He's
think
the
we
other
could.
witness. Let's try to work that out.
This
We're gonna
is real life.
This story. We're gonna figure this out.
What I gotta ask this because console wars were still a big deal at the time. Okay, anybody, all the gaming Geezin people out there know. Were these
yep.
two PlayStation bros by chance? Were they like?
Oh,
Oh, I bet they were.
Were they?
We did play a lot of Guitar Hero, so let's just say yes.
Oh my!
oh
this is
my
getting,
God!
This
It's
is
starting to
getting
be
crazy.
too
Pieces
obvious.
of shit.
They're
Wow.
starting to become too obvious.
Oh my
What's going
gosh.
on here?
Guys, this is getting into. Let's get that guy on the show.
Okay.
Book it. Hey,
I'll
Sheila,
reach out.
Sheila,
I haven't talked to him in
need
years
you
as well.
to,
I'll reach
Get
out.
a hold of the producer
There you go.
and try and get this set up, okay?
Oh gosh,
God damn it,
Thanks.
Sheila.
here goes a whole pack of freaking American craft sliced cheese.
I know, dude. I'm trying to save those for my burgers.
We'll see how this works out. I hope
All right.
she gets it done.
All right, we got Sheila on it, so let's see if we can't get him on the show. That'd be perfect. Yeah, but those PlayStation Bros, man, that sounds like something they would do. But anyway, that's a great story.
I can't
actually.
wait to send this to him. Fast forward to 36 minutes and listen to my recap of my personal hell that we had to live through together.
Man.
So they can grill you for 20
Oh,
minutes.
Lord.
That's
Damn.
great.
All right, well, we're gonna get him on the show. Don't worry, everybody.
All right. I'll
Try
text
something.
him.
We're going to try something. Ultimate Blast.
All right, here we go. Next section. Sports in 5 freaking minutes with Dave.
Hey guys, well, welcome to Sports with Dave and 5 or Under. I've had COVID all week, and I haven't really been paying attention to the news and sports worlds and shit. So here's the deal. There were some trades that happened in football. Right, you can go check it on NFL.com, I don't care. There were some signings elsewhere in football. Check that on NFL as well, or ESPN. I don't care either. Yeah, man, and some stuff. Oh, basketball tournament started. Yeah, there's a big loss in that. A couple of them. Yeah, and some other stuff happened in sports this week. Check it out. And that's it, guys.
Oh,
Enjoy.
is that it, Rover? Oh,
Yep.
Oh, God, sports is awful.
whew! We survived another week.
Finally over.
All right, next section. Here we go.
Community calls. We're going to take some calls. Community calls. I love hearing calls.
You call in.
Yeah?
We'll answer.
That's so?
Community calls.
Sounds great.
Welcome, everybody, to this section of Community Calls. I'm going to check the Discord here. By the way, if you ever want to come on the show during this section, you can hop in the podcast call-in on my Discord, and we'll pull you into the show, and you can talk to us about any subject in gaming or geezing or whatever you want to talk about. We'll pull you right in. But right now, I don't see anybody in there. However, it looks like on our producer line, it looks like we are getting a call coming through, so... see if I can't get that connected. This looks like it's unlisted, so I'm not sure who this is. Hello, can you hear me? Are you there?
Well, yeah, I hear you.
Who are we speaking with?
It's over Grandma June.
Oh, Grandma June.
Damn June.
What's
Yeah,
up?
I'm calling in because I need some of them game cheat codes.
Oh,
Cheat codes.
cheat codes.
Yeah, I'm looking for them game cheat codes.
What game in particular are you looking for a cheat code for? We might be able to help you, maybe.
I'm just playing that Tetris.
Ooh.
Are you playing
That's a
it?
great game.
What are you playing it on?
I want a cheat code where it makes you get the Tetrises over and over, so you don't have to really worry about lining them up that good yourself. Just to get the high score.
Are you still able to see those shapes pretty well, Game?
First off,
I can see them on my Game Boy.
Oh, you're playing on your Game Boy.
that's
Yeah.
old. I got a question for you. This is nothing.
I
to
love
game.
when I went to Walmart and got some rechargeable batteries, so I just use them in the Game Boy now.
It's very
Where
handy.
you-
yeah.
Great for the environment, Gam.
Where are you from, June?
I'm from Kentucky.
Okay, so I know that it can't be what you go by. Is it Mama, Mammy? What do you go by?
Granny?
Well, some people just calls me Mama.
All right,
Mama.
Mama.
All right, Mama.
I like that. I can work with that, Mama.
I always say Grandma June because that is what it says on the birth certificate, but everybody just calls me Mama.
Wait, your birth certificate says Grandma June? Your parents, your parents called you Grandma?
That's right. They call me Grandma June because they knew I was going to be a good granny one day.
Oh. Well, listen, I do have to ask, are you offended a little bit with the Game Boy that they never released like a Game Granny or something like that?
Ooh.
Like a game about a granny?
No, like the system. Like make one for grannies. Maybe a larger screen.
Oh, I know what you mean, like one of those big remote controllers
Sure.
for
Yes.
for mammals
Yeah.
and papaws.
Yeah.
So like with
Like the
buttons on
jitterbug
it,
of Game
like the
Boys,
big
if you
giant
will.
I
button.
do
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
that was something they would have done, but it don't matter because I just got a big old magnifying glass I sets over the
works.
screen
That
right now.
works.
Anyway, that works. A little sunlight hits, and I'm good for about an hour.
So,
Okay.
Gam.
Mama, Grandma June.
I was calling in here to get cheat codes.
I have
and
one for you.
ain't-
I do have
what?
one. Yeah.
What? How do I do it?
Now, here's what it is. Now, this is going to help you. This is just going to help you win the game, okay? So when you start the game, you want to wait. Just don't press anything, right? It's going to start a demo, if you will. It's going to start playing the game for you in a way. Now, wait for the computer to take out 4 lines, okay, at the same time, which will happen, okay? And when that happens, the screen flashes, okay? I want you to press start and then start a B game. When you do that, the screen will flash and you'll start with extra points plus 4 less lines to eliminate. There you go.
Oh, that sounds good. Sometimes I still have one of them regular Nintendlers with the original Mario game on it, and I have Tetris on that one too, and I like that version of it because it has all the colors. And sometimes when you beat the level, you see a little Mario and a Donkey Kong dancing around on them Taj Mahal looking places. I love that game.
Mama, do you have a Game Genie by chance?
I have one for my Nintendler, but I ain't got one for the Game Boy.
Do you have Tetris for Nintendo?
I do.
Nintendo.
Okay, well, I do got you some codes for that.
Yeah, but
let's
I
hear 'em.
don't. I only want to cheat on the Game Boy version.
But now I'm a little confused, Mama. It's hard for you to see, but you prefer the handheld over something larger on the television.
Yeah, because I only play it on the city bus and at the laundromats, and the only time I gets to play.
Do you have any grandkids?
I got 7 or 8, 9, 10.
So you're not sure how many grandkids you have.
It's a lot of them. Plus, that one son of mine's a whore.
Oh, what? Whoa, let's dive in a little deeper into this. Why do you say that about her? What have you seen or heard?
It's actually a man whore.
What's his name?
Oh, is it?
His name's Thomas the Train's what they call him.
Oh, Thomas the Train, dang.
Where's the train? Where's about he's from?
He's in Florida now.
That makes sense. That makes
Florida
sense
man.
for a man.
Is
whore.
that because he trained his way all the way down to the southern part of Florida? Is that why he's there now?
Well, he has a career in the porn acting business or whatever it's called. I don't know. Some kind of movies for kids or something.
What's he usually
for
training?
kids? I don't think, Mamaw. I don't think that.
I don't know. I never watched on them or nothing.
Thomas the Train. While yes, that is a kid's show. I think you're a little mistaken.
Maybe that's the
on
show
what-
he works
what
on.
he's
I don't
doing.
know. It makes him get lots of women's.
Wait a minute. So it's possible this guy just works on the children's show called Thomas the Train and there's just a misunderstanding?
It's
No,
something
he's-
like that, I
he's a man
guess.
for sure. It sounds
He
like.
is a man whore. He's always got a different lady around. And
How many
I
kids
found
does
the
he have?
videos of him online that he put
Oh
up.
no, so he
Somebody
is
did.
pornography. It is pornography he is in.
I don't. What?
Oh, this has gotten way off the track.
Him. I didn't call in to talk about him. You just wanted to know if I had grandkids, and there's lots of them.
All right. Well,
So I think she's
Well,
hitting on
ma'am,
you, Jay.
I hope we were able to help you today.
Well, I just decided I need to go do something like tend to my garden. I don't have time for this no more.
Well,
right,
you
well.
do that, and
Goodbye.
bye, Mama.
well, that was
That was
very
weird.
odd. That was a weird one. But you know what's interesting about that is that old Granny June. I don't think her son is in pornography. I'm gonna be honest.
I do.
I
You think
definitely
he just
know
works for Thomas the Train
Wait,
or
what?
something? The
Dude, she's
kid
seen
show?
videos of him banging people
Oh
on the
yeah,
internet.
that's right. She did say that. I guess you're right.
But why is she even? How is she finding that?
Probably Googling. Probably trying to find cheat codes.
For Thomas the Train.
She probably was trying to find Tetris cheat codes and somehow stumbled upon one of those wormholes. You know,
Hey, we got somebody
she
in
got
the
lost in.
call-in.
She got on a Reddit wormhole trying to
We got a
find
call
cheat codes
in,
for
guys.
Tetris and ended up there.
Well, here's the weird thing about it, guys. Before we move on, Thomas the Train actually does have a museum down in Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
so I'm wondering if maybe there isn't a little misunderstanding. He just works at this museum, and maybe he just picks up a lot of women. That could be all there is. But
Maybe he does
Nathan.
both jobs.
Nathan,
We
it does
do-
look like
we do have a caller.
somebody in the call-in. Yeah.
We
do
have
have
a
a
caller,
caller.
a real one?
can
Yeah, it's a real
can
one.
Daimlos or somebody? Can you guys bring him in so I don't break the stream?
I don't know how to do it.
I'll do it right now.
Let's bring him in.
He's with us.
All right, what's up, Vexoc? Welcome to the show. You may have to mute the stream because there'll be a slight delay on the stream. What's up, man?
Everything's fine. I was just wondering if any of you regularly play simulation games.
Well, we know
I do.
Daimlos does. We know Daimlos does. He was
Big
talking
fan.
about
Big
yeah.
He
fan.
loves those cooking
I
simulators.
like simulation games myself.
Is that what
I like some types of simulation games, depending on what it's simulating. You know what I mean?
I get? Oh wow. VR.
no, like for example, like those roller coaster tycoons. Sometimes I like messing around on stuff like that. That's a
Dream-
simulation game, right?
Dream is broken.
I'll fix it. Keep going. I'll fix it.
All right.
It's only because we got a caller on, guys. Just ignore it for now. Just ignore it.
What exactly type of simulation games are you talking about? Are you talking about like city builders? Or are you talking about like running a cafe?
Well, I did want to bring to your attention the game on Steam, Contraband Police.
Contraband
Ooh.
police.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
where
this?
you have to
Oh, I'm forgetting
investigate smugglers.
Like a detective? Is it?
Nope, like a
Take over the
Border
duties of
Patrol.
Border Guard. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, my
Border
God.
Patrol. And it's called what now?
Contraband Police.
Oh, it's in a
This looks like
communist
something Dave
country
would play.
in the 80s. Yes, I would play this game.
Oh, well, welcome to stream, Grando Reaper. I didn't recognize your name as when I brought you in on Discord, but yeah. So
Oh,
smugglers.
is that Grando Reaper? we're talking to?
Yep, we got the smuggler talk going now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm buying this game.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that. I didn't know about it. I know I get in the mood for simulation games, though. We'll say
This
that.
is so ridiculous looking.
Yeah, they're
Steve
my
definitely
favorite
does.
game to just like waste time in mindlessly. I will
I
say that.
and I love doing it with police ones.
Dude, Dave has some videos of police ones, and some of them will crack me up. I remember there was this one he did where there's an accident has happened, and he always walks up to the scene of the accident, and the lady in the car is just, for some reason, it like glitched out, and she's standing in the broken windshield, like standing up, like, somebody help me. Hilarious.
Yeah, glitches and simulations are even better. My favorite are the UFC, kind of a simulation, I guess. But you guys remember the UFC games, and like they started getting really realistic looking, but there was like major glitches where like their bodies would be like waving around and flying across the arena, and like, dude, those are some funny videos. You got to look them up. They're awesome.
Well,
I used to play
Do you
SimCity
remember-
back in the day.
Huh.
there was a NBA game about 4 or 5 years ago where you could scan your face,
Oh yeah,
I remember
know
that.
one.
I remember that.
and it was just the horrors.
Dude, I could never get the app to work to scan my face.
Yeah, I remember Dave trying to do it,
It was
actually.
making me mad.
Wasn't it in like one of those NBA 2K
It was either NBA
games?
Live or 2K. I can't remember.
Are you sure that wasn't just the camera breaking because of your face?
No,
Like the stream.
it would not connect to my account for whatever reason. Because you had to use your phone app.
All right. Well, what else?
Dude.
What else you got for us today? Anything else?
Diablo 4 is pretty great. I've been playing that this weekend.
You've
Did
been,
any of you guys play it at all?
you've been playing what?
Diablo 4?
Oh,
Diablo
Diablo 4.
4.
I did get to try it out, and I thought it was amazing. I thought
Here's
that-
what. Can somebody explain to me how their battle pass works? I really want to know that.
So the Diablo
buy it?
4, from what I understand, and Diablo games in general, they have seasons, right? And each
Yeah.
season, you start over. It's got its own missions and things to do, and its own theme sometimes, etc. And so a battle pass is like,
Can be like Fortnite, basically, Dave.
it's kind of like Fortnite, yeah.
Man, I don't like that, you guys. I'm sorry.
A lot of people are mad about it.
I'll see if I can deal with it when I actually get the game, but I ain't looking forward to that aspect of it.
What did you think about it, Grando Reaper?
I thought the direction that they're taking it in is a complete 180 from Diablo 3.
It
I
is.
mean, your character I wouldn't consider this a spoiler. You get roofied.
This
Wonderful.
happens early in the game.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it happens to
It's
me
part
all
of the
the time.
story.
so.
It's part of the story. It's part of the story. Yeah.
It's like
Is this a simulation game or?
This is not.
You know,
a
I was
simulation
reading.
for
I
kids.
actually read that the developers were inspired by like college movies and stuff for this one, and that's why that they put things like getting roofied in the game.
No.
Dude, wait till you get to wait till the part where you get to join a dorm.
Well, I will say this: since
Push
Grando
the
brought
triangle button for paddling.
this up with the battle passes or season pass, whatever.
Paddle pass.
Here's the thing: if it's a game, if it's on there for 3-4 months,
Right.
and that's how long it takes to complete and do, and then they come out with a new one, I don't really mind that much if I'm
Get new
paying like
content.
$11, right?
Yeah,
But-
get new
but
content.
It's the ones that are like every 30 days or and stuff like
I'm
that.
not
Then it's
okay with every
overkill.
30 days. That's just too.
Yeah, this will be
ridiculous.
much longer because let's be
I
honest
hope
here. It takes
so.
Blizzard forever to make new content. They're like the
Honestly, I'm hoping that I play it and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't even care about the battle pass now. This game's so sweet. I'll buy it every time. I hope it's that good. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, I love Diablo
If they're
3.
gonna do that kind of stuff in games, they better make it to where I actually want to.
I agree. I agree.
Here's what I think. I think they took huge inspiration from Path of Exile, and
Which I love.
which is great. And they've kind of taken the spirit of Diablo, because it feels dark, it feels dirty, it feels like there is no hope. It feels like Diablo. Like
Does
Diablo.
it feel less cartoony than Diablo?
No,
3,
it
would
is
you
not.
say?
It is not cartoony at all. It is
Did
very
you guys
dark
feel
and
like
gritty.
that
Yes.
Diablo 3 was a little cartoony?
It was a
in
little
way?
World of Warcraft.
A little bit.
It was
exactly,
a very,
exactly.
it was very wowish, yeah.
What do you think,
So
Grindel
this
Reaper?
is not like that.
Grindel Reaper, what do you think about Diablo 3?
It does not look that way.
Diablo 3?
Yeah.
Diablo 3 was more of a caricature of Diablo, I feel like. Diablo 4 is Diablo 3 in my eyes.
Yes.
Interesting.
I love that.
Alright.
That's awesome. That's a great way to put it. This should have been Diablo 3. This is a real new Diablo.
I will definitely be. Well, we've talked about us all wanting
They
to
should
play
have
together.
called Diablo 3 something different, like Diablo Winter Blast. And that
Or
was
just
the
called
game.
it. Or just called it the Diablo style.
The ninth layer of hell.
Yeah, Diablo
They
3
should have
was-
called it.
I had
instant
fun with it, though.
Online get hacked items
They
immediately.
called it WoW.
But I did have fun. I did actually. Me, Steve, and Dave, we had
Yeah,
fun.
we had fun
We
playing.
did have fun,
Sure.
but it could have been so much more, and I hated the art direction. But you get over things like that because it released a little rough too. I remember on launch day, and that wouldn't shock me if we see the same kind of thing with Diablo 4, a little rocky launch.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
but,
what
you know-
day does it actually come out again?
June.
June 6th.
There you
We
go,
got a
June
little
6th.
while.
Yeah, I will say this though. Something I hope Blizzard can control maybe this time. I don't know. The duplication that ran rampant in Diablo 3 was so bad. There was so much
Oh, yeah.
absurdities in that game to where it was just a pointless to even play the game because how easy it was.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this too, guys. With June has Diablo 4 and Final Fantasy 16 releasing in the same month, so that's gonna
Dang,
be
brutal.
that's gonna be epic when we're doing Game of the Month when we hit June for sure.
But does 16 have a battle pass?
No,
No.
not well. Hey, not that we know of. Let's
They
just say
call it a
that.
season pass.
16 is going to be 16. I'm lipping my chops for that one, boys.
Me too. I'm getting hungry. I'm ready to feast.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
I did.
I'll dust that PS5 off for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, Grando Reaper. Good to hear your voice, dude.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
for
on.
taking
man.
my call.
Thanks
Yeah.
for calling
Nice
in.
watching, guys.
Thanks
Bye.
for joining, guys.
Yeah, come back anytime. All right, so we are going to be moving on. Camera should have fixed himself. I will fix that. That is, we got a very low budget here on the show. Okay?
Yeah, what do you think we are, Rich?
Call that fucking
Here's the
producer
thing.
up.
Here's the thing. The producer supposedly has all this money from this other show he does. We can't really talk about.
He runs. Yeah,
But-
we have the same producer as a very popular. I don't know if we're even allowed to mention it. Very
Some,
popular podcast.
because it's a little controversial as well.
Oh, true,
yeah.
true. It is. Yeah.
And supposedly he was going to help with this, and we haven't heard from him yet this last couple days. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And he's kind of a jerk. Hopefully he's not listening right now. He probably is. But he's kind of a jerk, guys. But anyway.
There's no way.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Let's move on. We're going to move on to the next section here, guys.
News it. News it. News it.
What's the name of this show?
All right.
Now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, welcome to new shit or whatever it is. Like, I don't know what it's supposed to be. What even we're supposed to do at this part.
Well, I think it's news hit. We're just talking about the hits of the news, like the main, like, you know.
Yeah, but it reads to
see why
me,
you
like,
would
when
think
I just
that.
look down and see it, like, written out, it says new shit. Like, new shit.
No. New shit. New shit. Like, yo, once again, that's some new shit right there.
Well, that's just a little too crude, I think. I don't think they would do that. I think it's just it smashed it together, right?
New shit.
Yeah.
No,
They
But it
nooshed
shares.
it
Yes.
together.
No. It's not. It's neither of that. And it's not any of that.
nooshed together.
News
It's
shit.
not even a thing.
It's news and shit because the news is shit.
Shit.
There's a lot of
News
shitty news out there.
It's
It's
the
not-
news
we-
and some shit.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah,
we don't think
yeah.
the news is
Wait,
shit.
both? Yes to both?
Yes to both. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what
This is
is
getting
happening.
All the
I
above.
don't even know
I-
anymore.
I think
Newsies.
Why don't you, Nathan,
shit.
call the
Have
fucking
guys ever-
producer and
Yeah,
get an answer on
I'm gonna
this?
call.
Have you
I'm gonna
guys-
text the producer. But anyway, whatever it is.
Cheez-Its? Have you guys ever
I
had
like
Cheez-Its
Cheez-Its, yeah.
before? It's like that, but
write
new
that
shit.
down. Write that down.
Nooshits.
Sheila,
So when
write
you're
that down.
nooshing it, you're
Cheez-Its.
eating the Cheez-It?
Yeah, it's like eating Cheez-Its, but you're nooshing it. So it's just like chilling out on the couch.
like a
eating
new
Cheez-Its. You're
I'm gonna
nooshing
need
it.
you.
the
I'm gonna need you before you go on anymore with this new shit. I'm
Nooshin.
gonna need
Nooshin
you to Wikipedia that and create a Wikipedia for me,
Yeah,
so so I can
it
understand
doesn't-
what this is.
But anyway, let's try to do whatever we have to do for this.
Oh, buddy.
I'm not even sure if I
Okay,
know what
anything
this segment is
interesting
now.
going on right now in the world?
Well, I got a big one.
What do you got for me?
I got a big one. I saw this in the news this week, and like I said, guys, I've been sick, so I haven't.
I guess
been,
it's
you know.
supposed to be about news. Okay.
I haven't been paying too much attention, but this is kind of world news, and it kind of could affect everybody.
Okay,
Um,
what's going on?
Berlin is looking at allowing topless swimming at all public swimming pools.
Oh,
Uh,
like Germany, Berlin?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell did you say? Berlin?
Just Berlin.
Oh, Berlin.
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 Hey, I'm from the South, son.
That's how we say it in the South.
I ain't
I
using that
thought,
much.
but wait a minute. I thought being topless in Germany wasn't like considered that big of a deal.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at.
Okay, so in Berlin, they wouldn't allow
Berlin
you
is-
to be walking around with your jugs.
Yeah.
But now only at the
But
swimming
just in the pools.
in the pool. Do you have to be in the pool only, or can you just be in the?
in the public pool area, and I think
Oh.
that's really kind of. I just thought that was big news. You know.
Dude, that is crazy. There was something I wanted to talk about that I actually read about today, and I just now remembered that I read about it.
Okay.
But have you guys heard this story? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do like a little warning for
Okay.
people listening that this news story I'm going to bring up is kind of gruesome. But here we go. Have you guys heard this story about this model that went missing in February? And this is in Hong Kong, by the way. So this is like not a story that happened in the States.
Okay.
This model went missing in Hong Kong and was reported missing in February, right? And
Okay.
then they found, when they were trying to figure out what happened to her, they found like this building or apartment or whatever. I don't remember how it was built out, but it was like set up to have like basically like a slaughter room and stuff, and they found
What?
all this human meat and the model's body parts were amongst the human meat found, and it was
Oh
like being
my-
cooked.
What?
It was being cooked up by somebody, and at first, when I start reading this, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like a crazy cannibal serial killer, right?
You're
And
right.
then as I read the story on more, it turns out that also on top of that, that the boyfriend of the model's family, there was some kind of crazy real estate dispute going on between them, and they her in-laws basically had her murdered by this guy.
Oh my gosh.
And just like yesterday, the reason I was reading, because just like yesterday I was reading where the ex-husband and his relatives are all being charged in the killing of her. Like, what? Crazy.
But hold up now. So they paid to have her murdered.
And cooked.
And cooked and served to who?
Delicious.
I don't know. No, nobody knows.
Maybe they were gonna eat it.
I need to know where this restaurant is.
Likely, you don't have someone cook unless you're going to eat it.
That's what
like
people.
Fuck you. You eat them after you get them killed.
I mean, who knows?
Is the
Pretty
restaurant
creepy.
still open?
It wasn't actually a restaurant. It was just like a room that somebody had
private
made
VIP
to slaughter people and cook them.
It was a
I'm
VIP
sure this
situation.
wasn't at the Mid-City Grill.
So,
I'm definitely sure about that. This happened in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong.
Well,
Okay.
That brings something.
I
Sorry,
read that today
guys.
and I was like, oh my gosh,
this is-
crazy.
I'm not sure this is kind of news we're supposed to. Okay,
This
go
is
ahead.
out of the woodwork.
This is some new shit.
Art. Maybe that's what they want, noosh in it.
That made me realize this. This is something that I brought up to you guys like a week ago.
Okay.
Is that story
Oh no.
where the police found a guy who was wrapped in plastic, wrapped in a rug, and was beheaded, and they were like, "There's no foul play."
Yeah, that's weird,
No
man.
foul play. He beheaded himself, you know.
They
How
got
did that
paid off by the
actually
mob
happen?
or something, man. That's like a mob killing or something. It's gotta
Like,
be.
yeah, he just, he tripped down the steps, head came off, fell into the plastic for the painting, and then accidentally got rolled up into the carpet. It was all natural.
It's
All natural.
Yeah. Well, I have a story for you guys.
All right. How grim's this one gonna be?
Well, this is more of a news hit, okay? Because that's what I'm pretty sure.
News
I'm
hits.
pretty
News
sure.
hits.
So a cocaine cat, and everybody's seen Cocaine Bear by now.
cat?
A cat, okay, so like a mountain lion of some sort, escaped its owner, and it was rescued, and now it lives at the Cincinnati Zoo. But it was filled with cocaine. And here's the thing about it.
What do you mean it was filled with
cocaine?
It was a big cat. Okay, I don't know. I was about to say a lie. I don't know how big it was. It was a large mountain lion cat. Okay, and it was its system. It was just it had an overdose of cocaine.
System.
Oh, it had consumed a bunch of cocaine.
I thought you meant somebody cut it open and was like smuggling in it.
That's what I thought he meant too.
No. It consumed it.
Shoving cocaine condoms up its butthole.
This was found in Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Here's what happened.
Okay.
It was a
already know
routine
what
traffic
happened.
stop. It was a routine traffic stop, right? And when they're pulled over, this cocaine cat just leapt out of the car into a tree. I'm not making this up. This really happened. And so they called animal control and that kind of thing. And when they got it, they really, this thing was jacked up. It was acting crazy. It was, it was coming at them. And they had to all work together to get this cat out of the tree. And then they realized it was on cocaine. And it's just,
Oh my gosh.
is this an epidemic is what I'm worried about of people
This
giving.
is something we should maybe get into roles with here and explain it out.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning in Ohio where this happened at. It's illegal.
Yeah, that's
It's going to turn into one of those Ohio memes.
That's what I'm a little worried about right now.
Yeah,
They watched Cocaine Bear and they were like, "Oh my god,
yeah.
let's get our big cocaine, baby."
While
And
they
it's,
were
and like the meme is like rehab in Ohio's best rehab facility, and it shows a picture of the zoo.
I hear they put in Ohio. They put cocaine in their Skyline chili.
Delicious.
So it's pretty crazy.
Skyline chili.
Anybody else have anything for news hit or whatever the heck?
Oh yeah, I got a big one. I've got a big one, boys.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a Power
What do you
Ranger.
mean you don't know
sword
what the fuck
or
this
something.
is?
I don't know what that is.
I know that
It's a
is.
sword of a
Fuck
Power
you, Dave.
Ranger.
You get out of here. Get out of here.
Power Ranger sword, right?
Yes, this is the sword of the Green Power Ranger who most recently has left us on this earth. But it was announced this week that his final movie, Jason David Frank, is going to come out later this year, and so we get to see the project he was working on at most latest. Sorry to bring up more dead people on this show, but very near to my heart. He was a true hero to me. Really was very influential of lots of people, not just people who watched him on television, but who he interacted with. He was a wonderful man. And so I just want to make sure that we all go see his movies, even if you're not a Power Ranger fan. This is going to be like a really adult version of Power Rangers. So very dark themes and all sorts of stuff. So pretty excited about that.
How did he die again?
Okay.
Unfortunately, he killed himself.
Oh,
I
well.
think he staged it. He staged it, dude.
Oh, man.
He
No,
staged
No, we can't
No,
go-
we're not going into that. Clip that, Nathan. We're not talking about
So he wouldn't have to buy you an N64 either.
guys, I'm sorry to interrupt the show, but the producer has actually left
Oh,
a message.
no.
He's left a message for us.
Oh,
we're just
what?
gonna play this live for everybody to hear. Let's see what the producer had to
That's
say.
a great idea, Nathan. Let's do that.
Right.
Let's just see what he had to say. Here we go, guys.
Guys, this is the producer. What in the living hell is going on over there? What are you guys doing? I swear to God. If you guys don't get your crap together and make a
trying,
decent
asshole.
podcast, we can't be advertising we're the best podcast ever made, and this is the kind of
That was his
activity
idea.
that you
That
guys
was his
are
idea.
partaking in. Get your stuff together, you're fired.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, like who's he going to replace us with?
Talk about some new shit.
You know, it's not fair because I've multiple times before he even sent this message, I sent him a text like, we don't even know what this section of the show is supposed to be about. You know, like, help us out, throw us a bone here. We'll do our
Unbelievable.
best.
Well, Sheila sent him
Dude,
three.
I sent him that.
Jesus.
Dude, I sent him that.
I was just noosing it with him the other night.
I sent him that same thing. I said, "What is this noosing it section about?" And he texted me back, said, "Figure it the fuck out."
Oh my gosh.
And that's
That
it.
sounds
That's
like
what
a
he said.
real
Yeah,
asshole.
dude.
Like,
So-
Jesus.
So, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what we can do about it, but the producer, obviously, I don't know how long this show will go. We'll continue as long as we can,
I'm
folks.
sick and tired
I
of
hope
this
you're
kind
enjoying
of
it.
abuse.
Yeah, the
I
producer.
literally hired Sheila
I
just
don't have
to
to
deal
put up
with
with
them.
this crap, man.
Just to deal with them. But now I got to deal
Well,
with
if we're
Sheila.
gonna get canceled, I want to go out with one more story. I got one more
Okay,
I'm
let's
not
see.
even getting paid
this
for
is-
this.
super controversial.
Oh, okay.
We know that you know we try to keep it above the political lines or anything like
Sure,
this, but whenever we talk about the pandemic, it's hard to do that. So
Sure.
turns out that most recently we have discovered what is being called a raccoon dog. I know I sent this story out, but have you, before you saw this story, have either any of you seen a raccoon dog or heard that there was
I
a
haven't seen
raccoon
one
dog?
because I don't live in the area that they are, but I've known about them for quite a long
Where
time,
are they?
actually. Huh?
Well,
They're
I
like
mean,
in
it's
Asia
a
and
beautiful
stuff.
hybrid of
Oh, it is
what
nice.
looks like a dog and
Yeah,
a
so
raccoon.
of course I've never seen one.
It
Yeah,
turns
they-
out it's actually the cross of a fox. It's a fox and raccoon hybrid. And so
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically also the same thing that Mario is in the Tanuki suit. A Tanuki is a
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
raccoon dog.
Interesting.
raccoon dog.
Okay, now we're getting to the bottom of this. And now I understand.
so
Okay.
basically
Nintendo is
scientists
responsible.
well, scientists are saying that this is the creature that created COVID. The reason that we had the
Yeah,
pandemic
I saw
was
that.
Who
this
created
animal.
the creature?
It's some mythical creature that looks like a
Nintendo.
fox.
Nintendo did.
So you're saying
Oh, maybe Nintendo.
Nintendo started
Nintendo
COVID?
created this creature. They
Sell
started,
Animal Crossing.
they started the pandemic, and guess what? How many Switches sold during the pandemic? It was insane.
Oh, dude.
buddy.
Oh my gosh, you're on
This is it.
Guys, we got to
Yeah,
figure
this
this
is
out. Let's get to the bottom of this. So
You got it. Okay.
let's do this in true Game Geezin fashion. Okay, who wants to play the part of Nintendo?
I'm Nintendo.
Okay, Dave's gonna be Nintendo. I'll be the raccoon dog. Okay. We need a scientist. We need a scientist. Who's gonna be the scientist that
I can be scientist.
Okay, and
What am I supposed to be?
Steve, you are gonna be
The boardroom president.
you're gonna be.
Oh wait,
let's
no,
see,
that's already dead.
what do we need here? We got the scientist, we got the Nintendo guy, we got the raccoon dog.
We need Dave's yes man.
yes,
we need
you,
a customer or
yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that?
How about you're a person witnessing this? How about that? Witnessing this go down. So I'm gonna lay out the scene, okay? Raccoon dog, he's found, okay? He's showing signs of having COVID, okay? And he's on the streets, okay? We got the scientist here. That's gonna be Dimos. He's trying to figure this out. You know, is this the thing? Nintendo? I don't know. We're gonna figure this out. Here we go. All right. I'll start off with the raccoon dog with COVID, okay?
Oh, that thing's nasty.
Oh, I can't believe I got this into a cage. Okay, I here I am in Nintendo. Nintendo Dave, I have come up with a discovery. I have discovered this raccoon dog looking thing, and I know back in the late 90s,
Dude, tranquilize
early
that
90s.
piece of trash.
Well, no, I can't do that.
It's going wild.
PETA would shut us down. Well, I can't do that, or PETA would shut us down. Anyway, back in the early 90s,
Okay, here's the thing. Here's what I need you to do, since we
Please.
care about animals.
Yes, we
Here's
definitely do
what I
that.
need you to do. I need you to take that Mario-inspired animal. I need you to make sure that whatever disgusting sickness with inside of it, which obviously, look at the disgusting thing, listen to those noises coming out of its disgusting mouth. I need you to take that creature. I need you to make sure, because our cells aren't looking good. PS5 looks like it's going to destroy us, all right? I need you to make something out of this animal that's going to infect the population, right?
Okay,
And-
now representative from Sony just walked in. He's here. Excuse me. What's going on in here? What I heard.
Who are you, and how did you get in here?
Yeah, why are you in my offices?
This is official Sony business. We've heard that there's some kind of coup happening. That the Nintendo.
No, not at all. But
We got a coup in here, a coup de grace.
have fun with your chips later on, if you know what I mean.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
sir.
buddy.
Excuse me, sir. I'm talking to the pedestrian here.
We talking about no potato chips around here.
What have you witnessed
he's-
here? Because we may need you in court. What exactly? Have you
Okay,
seen?
so basically what's going on here is they found this sick animal, right, dude?
Right.
They found this sick animal. It looks like a Mario in a raccoon suit or something.
It is. It's it. It's a Nintendo mascot. That is it.
It looks like a little Nintendo dog.
Okay.
It's like they said they're going to use it to make everyone sick. I don't know why.
I'm starting to feel something.
Scientists.
The director of Animal Crossing just walked in.
Oh,
Excuse me, sir.
who are you
Dave,
talking to?
Sir Dave, Nintendo man.
Oh,
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that we just finished up the development and testing for the new Animal Crossing, and it is ready to launch. So I got the company-wide message that you literally just sent us, and I do think this was the game we want to launch as soon as the is released. If you know what I'm saying.
Excuse me.
Okay. Sir, I'm gonna need you to wait a second. Hey, scientist, come here. Come
Yeah.
here.
What's
Get
up?
close.
What's up?
Get close. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you. Go ahead and get a vial of that stuff, and go stick that Sony guy with it. All right.
Yeah, do it.
And that's gonna be the fastest way. I
Excuse
think
me.
we
What are
get
you guys
this
over
going.
there talking about?
Okay,
What are you guys over there
Hold on.
talking about?
Stay back, Sony guy. Get away. Hold on.
Excuse me, I'm gonna have to. I'm pushing you away over to the door so my men can talk.
Just stumble by
Excuse
him
me,
and-
let me
and
by,
trip-
let me by.
trip into-
Sorry, sir. You're gonna have to wait here while they make a
Okay,
decision.
I'm really getting real
I have
tired
a
of
right.
this guy. Stick.
I
I
have
stick.
a
I
right.
stick. I
Oh,
stick.
ow!
Stick all three of you.
How dare you? How dare you? Did you stick all three of us? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I stick all three of you with the COVID.
I feel it. I feel the virus.
Feel something.
Luckily, I actually am immune to the virus.
Why did you? What did you do to this dog raccoon thing?
He
Let me
created
just
it.
tell you. Back in the day, they used to call me the #1 slammer. Hey, you put what you will into it. I don't know.
Sony, I need you to go ahead and head on to your little whatever you call it and get the hell out of here and go have some fun.
There's
all right?
show
gonna be
you
a lawsuit. There's gonna be hell to pay.
Yeah, get out of here. I'll show you my Tom Nook.
Got nothing on us.
So
Can't believe I just did that.
So according to what we just discovered, it sounds like that everybody went their own separate way and maybe spread this virus from maybe it was the raccoon dog.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Nintendo
Science
did create it
says.
for sure.
It could have
Nintendo
been.
started the spread.
The Tanuki thing makes it very, very suspicious, I gotta say.
I would
definitely
put
sounds
money.
like
I would
Nintendo's
put money
behind
right now that Nintendo is responsible.
And Tom Nook.
And Tom Nook. He was
That's
So-
pretty
Tanuki
sweet.
Mario, Tom Nook, and Nintendo all walked into a science facility, and later that day we had the pandemic.
It is a little suspicious. And Tom
Prove
Nook
me
is
wrong.
pretty greedy.
Prove me
He's
wrong.
pretty greedy, isn't he? He's always wanting his freaking money. Tom Nook
That's
was
true.
not really a nice guy.
Yeah, I actually found out off the record that it turns out that Tom Nook, not only does he own all those properties and run that racket, but he actually is the president. Not the vice president, but the president of Nintendo Wuhan.
Wow.
Which I didn't even know they had a
Wow.
division.
That was part of the deal.
I've got a bad feeling that our producer's probably going to get a hold of us later this week with letters from the cease and desist, possibly.
Yeah, we're probably going to get in trouble for talking
We
about
may
this.
have revealed too much of the truth
Yeah.
today. It might have been a little bit too much for public consumption, to be honest.
You heard it here first,
If
folks.
we don't
We all
make it back
disappear.
next week, then hopefully at least Mamaw
We got
June
the-
can
we
do the
got
show or something. I don't
We
know.
got the truth out, though.
We might. It could be two things. Either, some men in black showed up, put some hoods on our head, and took us away, or maybe we just got fired from the producer. We don't.
Yeah, who
investigate.
will never know the truth.
Investigate.
Either way, we do know the truth. Nintendo fucked everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If this podcast does get canceled, I'm going to start a new podcast that's investigating this podcast.
I like it. That makes a lot of
that's a
sense.
good
I guess.
Podcast within a
idea.
podcastception.
Well, I hope
like
everybody enjoyed the show tonight. Daimless, take us home, baby.
Oh man, so
Those
thankful
country
for
roads.
everyone that was here. Thank you all, tens and tens of people to watch this thing live. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on, Reaper. We really appreciate you doing that. Boys, another wonderful show. We'll see what it trims up to be, and when we release it on Monday, please listen to it there. We need listens both here and there, so please do that for us. Anything anyone has to say goodbye? Anyone?
The
Go
only
for it.
thing I got to say is I hope the show trims up just as good as the steaks I'm about to go and cook for dinner. I hope y'all have a good night. Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Mike.
I want to say that the next time we do the show, if there is another show, and the producer
Probably
puts
not.
us back on, then it will be in a post Resident Evil 4 remake world. So,
That's true.
pretty interesting. It'll be a different place to live by then.
By then we'll be snooch lords.
Just make sure y'all put them tracks on and listen to us anywhere you're at, So we'd really like that a lot. I hope you guys enjoy our voices.
I'll turn
so
it
much,
off
everybody.
at that point, I think.
That's it.
Appreciate all your support, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Peace. Mama Jen, come back to me.